Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My track guide for the Daytona road course in the GR86. Let's get into it. In qualifying you want to get close up into the wall before turning in, but turn 1 is a place where people will try and overtake you in the race, just keep that in mind. I brake when I cross the yellow line here just in front of us, aiming for about 85% brake pressure, releasing that all the way to the wall on the inside, which is also where we want to pick up the throttle again. I kinda take it as a double apex, so getting early into the first one, tracking out for the middle of the corner, and then getting in close to the wall. And of course using all of the room that I need on the outside. Do not go over the yellow curb. If you do, there will be a 1x for you. Then 2 or 3 will be flat out. And for turn 4 you want to be all the way on the left in qualifying. Turn 4 is also a place where people will try and overtake you in the race. Just keep that in mind. My braking marker is when I lose the first cone here on the right. Then I go to about 80% brake pressure, easing that off all the way to the inside curb. Once I'm on the curb, I'll go full throttle again. We do have a bit of room on the outside that we can use, and we want to carry as much speed as we can on the exit. There is a cut curb on the outside. Don't be afraid to run over that one. Just make sure that you won't go on the grass. Turn 5 is going to be flat out. Just be easy with the car so you don't unsettle it too much. So just use smooth inputs and you can cut all of the curb on the inside. Come out on the left side of the track to open up for turn 6 a bit more. I brake when I get to the white line here just in front of us. Here I aim for about 90% brake pressure, easing that off all the way to the inside curb. I try an apex at the top of the corner, and once we're at the curb you'll be going full throttle again. The corner will open up for you and you have a wide curb on the outside that you can use to help maximize the exit speed. After that you want to bring the car over to the right side of the track for turn 7. And we need a good exit out of turn 7 because it's full throttle for a very long time. For turn 7 I brake just before I get to the white line here just in front of us. I aim for about 90% brake pressure, quickly easing that off all the way to the curb. Once on the curb I go full throttle again. This will make the car understeer just a tiny bit, but don't worry, because the track starts to widen quite a lot and we're going on the oval, so we don't have to sacrifice anything. We just want to be carrying as much speed as we can before going on to the oval. Because here on the oval part it's just gonna be a drag race, people bumping into each other. Just make sure that you stay over the yellow line. So it is going to be a drag race all the way down to the bus stop, which is also going to be really important. We want to be carrying as much speed as we can out of the bus stop, because that will be the longest time we are full throttle, all the way up to the start finish line. And being down on speed there is not fun. For qualifying you want to be all the way close to the wall. I brake when I pass the 1 marker here just in front of us. I aim for about 60% brake pressure. Just don't be too aggressive with both inputs. That will make the car slide on the rear. I'm easing off the brake pressure all the way to the first curb, and we're of course gonna be cutting that one all the way to the white cement part. Just keeping a few percent brake pressure for trail braking all the way to the second curb, which we are also cutting quite a lot. When I'm off that curb I'll be going full throttle again, cutting the 3rd and the 4th curb as much as we can. Just do not touch the grass, as that will give you a 1x, and that will invalidate the lap. And now the drag race begins. For the race it might not be the best to be first here, as people might be drafting around you. Again, we want to be keeping over the yellow line on the oval part of the track, but keep as close as you can to it without hitting the apron. And now we are just waiting all the way up to the start finish line. People will be drafting, bump drafting and everything like that in the race, so it's usually quite close when we get to the start finish line. But if you're going for another lap in qualifying or in the race, just track up after the start finish line to the wall. And that's my lap around Daytona in the GR86 of a 209.7. I have more track guides linked down below for the GR86 if you want, and hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, leave a like down below, consider subscribing as well, and now for the uninterrupted hot laps.